Hey everybody, this is Balverine. I just wanted to show you a method that got me my first top 50 score in a rank scenario in Aim Beast. I didn't mean to hit it. In fact, it's nowhere near my average. I hit 66. It felt like a fluke, and I think it was, but um, I actually PB'd like 4 times today without even trying. And this is a variation on MattyOW's threshold method, along with kind of my own thing that's worked for me. I don't know if this will work for you, but I think it's worth me sharing, and hopefully it can inspire you to find your own thing that works for you. So what I do is I play whatever I want, but I have a ranked playlist. So AMB's Total Intermediate has all the intermediate scenarios for AMB's version 1 ranked scenarios without static because I fucking hate static and I think it's kind of useless, at least for my purposes. So what I do is I set everything to 1. I also added a couple other ranked uh, dynamic clicking scenarios from AMB's version 2 because I didn't think that there was enough dynamic clicking. But just kind of do whatever works for you. I have other playlists that I do that are set to 1 as well. So far everything is kind of the same as MattyOW's, which is he sets everything to 1 and then he has a score that he tries to hit. So for example, if his PB is 500, he'll try to hit like 490. So I think from his video, his is pretty rigorous. So if he tries to hit like let's say a score of 1000, like that's his personal best, a score of 1000, he usually tries to hit 90 to at least 90% of that accuracy before he moves on. Of that score before he moves on. So let's say his personal best is 1000. He'll try to hit at least 900. Sometimes he'll set a higher standard. He'll hit like 950. So basically 90 to 95%, sometimes even higher than that, like 97% before he's satisfied he moves on, but he's satisfied enough to move on. What I do is I do a variation of that. I call it the above average method. So let's say like my personal best is 720. I ignore my personal best entirely, right? And which is why I really like this method. Instead of focusing on the skill ceiling, I focus on the skill floor. So I play the scenario, right? I play it out, and then I go to statistics and I look at my average score. I think you can also do this on Aim Labs. I don't know about Kovacs because I haven't played Kovacs in a while. But if you notice this, as long as I get like above my average score, let's say if I hit 627, as long as I get one above my average score, I will move on. So I'll hit snowflakes. If I get 627 on the first try, I move on. And then I play Starfall Intermediate. The other thing that I do a little bit differently than Maddie is I will randomize the playlist just for fun for me. Like there's no real reason for it, but it just keeps it fun and interesting for me. Sometimes I'll play the playlist only once. Sometimes I'll play it twice. Sometimes I'll skip a day or two and then play a different playlist or other scenarios on random. But today, out of these 15 scenarios, I PB'd. I got new best scores on 4 of them without even trying because I wasn't focused on um, my personal best, my high score. Again, I'm only focused on my average score. And then as long as I hit above that average score, I always feel like I am progressing. I think that's my favorite thing about this. It's because it's so low pressure. And as long as I hit above it, I feel like I'm progressing. Now, there's a couple caveats. One, if I don't hit above my average score within 3 tries, I also move on, right? Sometimes I'll like try to push it, but I realize if I push it, it doesn't feel like my actual skill. It feels like I'm grinding the scenario. So maybe I'll play it like 5 times max just so my body can understand the feeling of the scenario, and then I'll just move on again. But I try not to play it more than 3 times. If I don't get above uh the average score within 3 times, again, I just move on. And then I don't think about it. Like I don't try to feel guilty about like getting under because that's normal. This is like a normal part of the process. Sometimes you get worse on a scenario on that day, or maybe 2 or 3 days in a row before you get better, right? Like if you look at this, it's like up and down, right? But here today, I hit my score of 66. I didn't mean to. I have no idea what the fuck happened. I just kind of locked in, and it was my first try too, and it was my first time playing like that scenario. If you look at my statistics, like I hit 66, and then my average is 43, and this is the first time I ever hit top 50. I never thought I'd hit a top 50 score in an Beast rank scenario, at least until the end of this year, 2025. But I did it. So I'm really proud of myself, um, of just kind of like sticking with aim training for all these years. And yeah, it's kind of like I just wanted to celebrate. But yeah, that's the whole method. You just go in. I made a video before, but you just focus on your average score, which is your skill floor, and then you just hit it once, right above your average score, like a 627, 630. I hit 660 here, and then I move on. And then if I want to play this playlist again, I will. Sometimes I'll go back and I'll play this playlist or like a different playlist. Like this is my something else I'll grind for a couple of times. Or if I want to try like medium tracking, whatever I'm feeling. But as long as I'm hitting above the average, I always feel like I am improving. Sometimes I won't hit a personal best for a couple of days. Sometimes I'll just like feel really bad that day. And it might be a signal for me to skip training that day and get some sleep. I don't know. Hopefully that helps. And yeah, I'm not really editing this. I'm just kind of like free flow talking. But yeah, I'm really excited about this method, and it's something that works for me. I hope this helps you guys. Have a good one. Bye bye.